Some people have very fond memories growing up of playing solitaire on their old Windows XP machine, or maybe the crazy pinball or something like that. Me, I was obsessed with a stupid little number puzzle game known as Minesweeper. And ladies and gentlemen, the peak of gaming this year has arrived. Welcome to 14 Minesweeper Variants 2, the sequel to 14 Minesweeper Variants. You can think of this as 28 Minesweeper Variants now, of different variations of Minesweeper. And they're all brilliant. Absolutely amazing. There's secrets to uncover in this game. There's typically more than 14 variants in these games, but 14 Minesweeper Variants is an incredible title, so why not keep it at that? This is an amazing game by Artless Games. If you haven't checked these out before, you definitely should, because it's really a gem of a game. You can play the demo right now for free, or you can pick it up. The game is currently $6 on sale, $6 US. It's $7 typically. Worth every penny. If you don't know what Minesweeper is, let's unpack it. Let's figure out what Minesweeper is, and we'll play. So we have this nice little branching grid here, and it basically is different puzzles you can start with, and then as you complete them in certain quantities, you unlock new puzzles to go to, and that can be sizes of puzzles, that can be new variations. So we'll start at the very top, right? This is a V5, and V stands for vanilla. So this is nothing special. This is just Minesweeper, okay? It's just Minesweeper. I think it's carrying over my demo progress that I had made, because we did a video on the demo a couple months ago at this point. So for those that don't know what Minesweeper is, let me unpack that for you. Essentially, you're given a grid of numbers, and that number indicates how many mines are in the surrounding 8 cells of that number. So if we have a 4 here, then 4 spots in the 8 surrounding are mines. A 7 spots of the 8 are mines. If it's an 8, every single spot is taken, okay? So then you can see on the right, this is what a full grid would look like. And we'd want to fill in and know where all of the mines are, so that we can properly place them where they need to be. And there's certain rules and things that we'll have to unpack. In this game, they will replace some numbers with a question mark, so that we don't know how many. But there is always a logical deduction that we can come to. All puzzles can be solved without guessing. All of the puzzles are also procedurally generated, which I think is really cool, that they basically ensure that you can solve the puzzle without guessing, and that the puzzle is not impossible while procedurally generating them, which is pretty neat. Let's play some vanilla 5x5s, okay? And we'll see what there is to see here. So immediately we're looking at, we have a 1 here, right? So that means, and this is what I love about this game, is I get a marker that I can fill in a bunch of things everywhere. That means that 1 out of these 5 has to be a mine, okay? But look at this 3 right here, okay? Because he's very unique, and this is where I'll grab a new color. He has 1 out of these, 3 out of these 4 has to have a mine, right? And we know that 2 of them cannot go here, because then that invalidates our 1. So that means that this spot right here has to be a mine, this spot right here has to be a mine, and then 1 of these 2 has to be a mine, which means that this cannot be, and this cannot be. And that opens up a lot of possibilities for me. So, you are a mine, you are a mine, you are not a mine, you are not a mine, you are not a mine. And then that's some good stuff right there for us. So now we have this 1, right? And you are also a 1 at this point. So what can we, because he sees this, right? So he is now effectively a 1. That means that if this 1 has 1 in these spots, that means that this square and this square are both safe. So we can click those. Okay. What else do we know? We also, an important thing for us to keep in mind is that we can see up here the number of remaining mines in the level. So there's 8 remaining mines in the level. That can be a point of us figuring out what to do in a certain scenario as well. So how about this 4 right here? So he sees this mine and this mine, and then we know that this 2, both of these cannot be true. Okay. So that means this has to be a mine. And then one of these 2 has to be a mine, which means that this cannot be a mine. So we can check you. We can turn you into a mine. I'll wipe my grid here. This now means that one of these 2 is a mine. This also now confirms, since this 3 is right here, that has to be like that. And then effectively the entire puzzle falls apart, because now we can check pretty much all of these. Right? So there's 3 remaining mines. That means that... What does that mean? That means that this 4 has to have a unique one. This 2 has to have a unique one, because they can't share this. Because if they share this, that now 4 is taken care of, because he sees all of those. 2 is taken care of. So we can't have this, we can't have this, and we can't have this. But I need to fit 3 mines. So we have to have a mine right here. This has to be safe. We have to have a mine here. This has to be safe, and then our remaining cell has to be a mine. Okay, that's Minesweeper, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant, he's done it so well. Let's do one more. This 2 has to be like this. Easy peasy. The easiest of the peasiest you've ever seen. Now what? Now what? This 3, we have a rule here with this 3 and this 4, right? Because this 4 needs all of those fulfilled. But this 3, we know, already has these 2 fulfilled. So it has to share 1 from this 4. So we know that these right here are all mines. This has to be safe. And then one of these 2 has to be a mine. This is effectively a 1. And since this is effectively a 1... and this is a 2, that means that this cannot be a mine, because he has to share 1 with this 2. So this is safe, and this is a mine. I like it. Working very systematically from the top left down on this one. In the same vein, so this 2 has to have 1 here, and this 3 already sees 2, so his 3rd is going to be one of these. That makes this square safe. So we can check you. And a 5 is big juice right there. That's some big juice. Because he sees a lot, right? He sees a lot. And it makes it interesting because in order for the 5 to get filled, right, he needs 3 more of these spots. Even if these 2 are mines, right here and right here, then one of these 2 has to be a mine. And that fulfills our 1. So that means this is safe and this is safe. This confirms a mine here. That goes there. This goes here. We don't know about this yet, but we know that is safe. We know those are mines, and the rest of the puzzle completes itself. Very good. Okay, so we have now unlocked a new level selection. So take me back. This opens up Vanilla 6, okay? Fine and dandy. It's basically just vanilla, but in a 6x6 grid instead. Boring as frick, okay? I move into the X's. I'm a big Twitter guy or something like that. It's a poor joke because I haven't called it X ever in my life, and frankly never will. So what is X? This is the cross rule, and we also have checkerboard coloring. So let's try to unpack what's going on here. So clues represent the number of mines in the colored cells and non-colored cells in the neighboring 8 cells. Okay, so it's immediately information overload, but we'll figure this out. So we look at this here, we can see that we have a 1 and a 3. So there's 1 in grays, there's 3 in black. But in this case, there's 1 in black and 3 in gray. So that unpacks a lot for us to figure out. here. Should be tricky. I have done one. Let's do another, okay? Let's do another. This is all my progress from the demo a long time ago. So what do we know here? What do we know? Where can we make logical deductions? So looking at the 0 and 1s, it's unfortunately like not super useful. We know that one of the colors will be a 0, but that could mean that these are all 0s, or it could mean that these are 0s. We really have no way of knowing at the current moment. So let's take a look at this guy now. That means that this could be a 0, and then this would have to be a 1. Or it would mean that this is a 0, and then one of these two is a 1. Does that help us? No, we still cannot make any logical deductions. So it has to be starting down here. Okay. Let's unpack this. So this 0, 2. Okay. This is kind of interesting. So with this 0, 2, that implies that one of the colors, he sees 4 boxes, right? He sees these 4. So one of the colors is going to have 0, and then the other is going to have both. So if this is a 0, and then this is both, now we take a look at this guy, right? Which is very interesting because he has that, he's a 2, 2. So now he sees these 2 boxes right here, but then he only sees 1 gray, and he has to be able to do 2. So we know that from this 0, 2, this is actually reversed, right? We know that these are the mines, these have to be blank, and then in turn, this has to be a mine, and that has to be blank. So mine, 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 blank, blank. Okay. And then this also has to be blank. So now let's reevaluate. That was fun logic for that. We have a 2, 3 here. But we don't have a lot of knowledge about that 2, 3 because he already sees 2 of each. So he's either getting where this is a mine or one of these 2 is a mine. And unfortunately, that's just useless. But this 0, 2 is very valuable because a 0 tells us so much. It tells us if he already sees a mine, then we know that that's not the color. So this has to be like this, which is good. Now you see, you're a 2, 2. You already see this gray and you see 1 black. So this has to be a mine, which then means that these 2 are not. You're a 1, 2. You're a 1, 2. And you're a 0, 1. So we're still in like a weird 50-50 with this guy. The 1, 2, you already see 1 of each. Okay. What is the logic here? What is the logic here? It's got to be relating to these 2 seeing each other, right? So if no, I understand completely. So this cannot be a mine. Because if this is a mine, that means that these are not, and then this is, no, that's totally possible. That's totally possible, because you would see 2 black, and then 3 gray. And then you here, you would see, but that's definitely the issue. That's the piece we were missing, is these 2 are going to share the same mine, and it has to be a tile they both see. So there has to be a mine in these 2. That makes this impossible to be a mine. So we can click you, and a 1, 3 can resolve all kinds of nonsense for me. Because we know the 3 has to be black, because you do not have enough, right? You don't have enough. There's only 2 grays that you see. So that means that 2 of these 3 have to be a mine. that also means... What does this mean? What does this mean? We have four mines remaining. We have 1 unaccounted for here. We have 3 unaccounted for here. We have 1 unaccounted for here. So we have 5 mines needed. That means that we have to have shared mines between them, right? So logically speaking, we don't know which ones have to share at the current moment. Let's try to figure that out. So if we have, let's assume it's this, right? So it'd be those 2 and then this. Because you have to see 3 black like this. And then you would be fulfilled. So that opens up this here. You would be fulfilled. And then those are our 4 mines. And then this is just a safe tile. This is one possibility. Another possibility could be that we have these instead. But then that would make this have to be for 3 gray, 2 black. You would get fulfilled. You would be destroyed, and then this would go here. I think no matter what, we have to have mines here. Because a mine... Can a mine ever go in this block? Because if a mine goes in this block, that invalidates both of these. So a mine can never go in this block because that makes this impossible. Okay, that's the logic we were missing. So this has to be safe. And now that everything falls apart. Because you're a 1-1, that means this has to be a mine. That means this is now safe. You now have to have 3 mines right here, and the puzzle's done. We were missing this connection between these 2 right here that made the puzzle fall apart. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's do another. 0, 0. I marked the wrong mine. I right-clicked instead of left-clicked. Restart it, please. I'm an idiot. those were all supposed to be squared away. Okay. Now what? Kind of nasty to start, if I'm honest with you. So the 0, 1 means that, one of these 2 has to have a mine. The other doesn't. These are mutually exclusive with each other. The 2, 2 is obviously interesting because you would actually assume it's just this. And I think that we can maybe just straight up send that it's this. Because if the 1, 1 is the blacks, then 2, 2 has no way to get 2 gray. So it has to actually just be this. And if it's not this, I will be shocked and stunned. I marked the wrong mine, huh? Did I think about this wrong again? Hold on. So you're not a mine? Really? Oh, wait a minute. It's one of each. Sorry, my brain completely collapsed upon itself there. Gotcha. Yeah, it's one of each. That is a lot different. In my brain, I was like, that means that one color has 2, which is not correct. That is not correct. Okay, so this does mean that with the 2, 2 here, that means that this has to be a mine, and then that invalidates this. Why does this have to be a mine? Because this guy will only see one of each color. So he's either going 1, 1 or 1, 1 or 1, 1 or 1, 1, right? There's only 4 combinations. But then he cannot see both of these grays, so this gray has to be one. So we can definitely say that this is not a mine and this is. That makes it very easy because then that's a mine. We know for a fact that this cannot be a mine. And then we know that 2 blacks are possible here, so we can't have both of these blacks, so this has to be one. Slowly unpacking that corner. But this is now a tricky one because we actually don't really know which of these 2 gives R1 and gives R2. And this guy at this point is just missing a 1 here, which means it has to be a gray. No, that's not what that means. That's not what that means because he could see this block. Okay. I think we have to shift our focus to the 2-3 here. Because in order for him, no matter what, we have to fill in one of these. So in filling in one of these, that means the 2 has to be gray, and thus this can never be true. So this has to be the mine and that has to be safe. Okay, that was the logic. Now, since you only touch 1, that has to be there. You have to be safe. And then you need to see 5 mines, and you only have 5 available spots, so that's very easy. You actually see everything you need already, which is crazy. And then you want 4 black. Puzzle completed. Very good. A perfect clear. I unlocked a new set, the 6x6 of the X's. I'll leave you on the edge of your seat for what H is going to be. If you'd like to see what H is, I will do another episode. How about that? We'll say 500 likes on this video. I'll do another episode. And I'll play more Minesweeper. But let's do an X 6x6 because it's a little bigger, it's a little scarier, it's a little funky. Okay, it's a little funky. We love this immediately. Okay, the 1-1 and the 0-2 are brilliant, and here's why. If we do the 2 blacks, this guy is immediately invalidated. So we know that these are both safe tiles, which opens us up a lot in the puzzle for more knowledge. It means that your 2 has to be 2 of the grays. So immediately we can check that these are safe. Now this 1-1, this is a very interesting scenario. He has to see a black, and he only sees 1 that is not already a number, so you are a mine. This is an even more checkerboardy pattern than what we were prepared for on this one. And we can use that to our advantage, right? We can definitely use that to our advantage. Because your 1 that you see, so looking at this guy, we're looking at these 2, right? He has to see 1 gray, and you have to see 2 gray. So both of these cannot be, because then that invalidates you. So this has to be a mine, and then 1 has to be between these 2, and that confirms that these are not mines. So these are not. This has to be. And then one of these 2 is. You have to see a black, which makes that a mine. That's now the 1 for you, so that's not a mine. You have to see a black, so that's a mine. What a fascinating little puzzle so far. Absolutely loving this one. It is gorgeous. It is brilliant. It is amazing. Okay. Now what? Now what? I feel like that was a lot of logic that I was able to do there. So you have to see 1 of these. We don't necessarily know whether you could be a 2 black yet. Because there is a planet where the combination here is you're a mine, these are mines, and this is a mine, and then these would all be safe. That's totally possible. Everything is fulfilled there. and then this would get fulfilled, this would get fulfilled, and then you would be fulfilled there, so that gets fulfilled. But can I logically assume that this is fine now? You're 1, 2. You've already seen those 2, so we don't know about those. I mean, this checks out if we have no other knowledge. So maybe what we can assume, the fact that we have a couple scenarios where this works. Let's try one more scenario potentially here. We'll go with a bright orange. So if instead we have where this is not 1, that means this has to be 1. This is still not 1. That's actually the best logic we can do. We know this can't be 1 because he has to see one of these because of this tile. So let's actually start there. That has to be safe. That's great news because that means that you've seen your 2, so these have to be safe. You've seen your 1, these have to be safe. You now see this. Holy crap, the whole puzzle unfolds. Okay. You have to be black. These unfold. You have to be black. This unfolds. Okay. You're already taken care of. You have 2 black and a gray, so this has to be safe. You have 2 black and a gray. These have to be safe. Oh my goodness. You have to be a mine. You are not a mine. You have to be a mine. Boy, it's a good thing we found that over there. The whole damn puzzle fell apart when we did that. It's brilliant. This has to be a mine. That's now your 1, 2. And the puzzle's complete. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, to be honest. I'm just gonna do another. These are all safe. We love it. We really love it. You're interesting. Those are all mines, which is fun. A lot of knowledge gained from that immediately. 14 mines in this level, 9 remaining. It was nice filling in a 5er, let me tell you. So, what do we know? What do we know? So you have to have one of these 2 mines. This is actually interesting. Those that know Minesweeper, this is still a 1-1 rule, right? So we can assume that all of these are safe because of the 1-1 rule existing there, which is pretty cool. Now we also know this 1-1 here means that has to be a mine. Pretty neat, pretty neat. But what else can we do from this? We know one of those 2 has to be a mine. So if one of those, let's assume that this is the mine and this is not. How does that change the puzzle? That means that then this has to be a mine, which means that you've confirmed your 3, so that has to not be a mine. You've now confirmed a 2, so that cannot be a mine. You've already seen your 1 black, so those are not, or those are mines, and then this is not. So that's one scenario that we could come to. Let's now tease out the second scenario, which is this being a mine and this not. So now if this is a mine, then how does that change our puzzle? That means that this is not and this is not. Believe it or not, no matter what, I think that the logical conclusion we come to is that I wish that I could like grab my previous orange. We know that this can never be a mine because this guy has to see one of these 2. Those are the only 2 options. So we could confirm this spot and then go from there. But I want to tease out the rest of this. So that would mean that this is now not a mine if that's a mine. So you now see 1 there. That means that either one of these could be, but that leaves an unknown. That also means that you are a 2. Ah, this is impossible. Right? Maybe? Right? No. Let's go with the thing we know is true, which is that this cannot be a mine. Because this gives us a lot of knowledge, okay? This gives us a lot of knowledge. Well, it gave us some knowledge. I wouldn't say a lot of knowledge. You already see, I mean, this is a hefty, this is crazy down here. All the damn mines are in the bottom down here, man. You're gonna share a decent number with this guy. But I feel like we're right back to where we were. So if this is a mine and this is not, then you're now complete, which means this cannot be. One of these two has to be, but you have now seen this. So this cannot be. One of these two is. Okay. What if this is and this isn't? That means that this is. And if this is, then you now see 2 of those. You see you still need 1 of these. And in that case, you could still need that. This one's breaking me a little. I'm missing something. My brain's getting twisted here. Run this out one more time. So if this is not, then this is. And if this is, then one of these two here has to be. And then that means this is not. Okay. I'm trying to confirm that this tile right here is not a mine. And I feel like we can maybe confirm that. So now if you're 1, you're not. You still see 1 of these 2. Yeah, this is never a mine. That's the logical deduction. Okay. I hit that very confidently. Very, very confidently. One of these 2 black has to be a mine. That's what we just confirmed. So this is not one. And now this is guaranteed to not be a mine. You have to see one of these. This has to be a mine. You've now seen your 2, so this is not. This is. You now don't see anything. Okay, that cleans this up a lot because this is now a mine. Whole puzzle falls apart, I think, now. Because you've now seen both of your black. Well, it doesn't completely fall apart yet. There's still 4 mines remaining. We need to figure out, is it possible for this to be a mine? Or do we have too many? So if it's like this, that means this has to be. Then none of these can be. And these would be. So that is possible. Now let's run out the second scenario where you're not and you are. That means that you're not. And then if you're not, then that means that these 2 have to be. And then that confirms the 3 and 2. That would mean that these are not. And this still is. So I think what that means is we have 2 confirmed can't be. So you can't be. And then that you already see, so that confirms those. That has to be a mine. That is not, and the puzzle is complete. Holy crap. That was a puzzle, to be honest. That was a puzzle. We've unlocked a D, which is very exciting. Deviation. Oh no. Okay. And then we still have H, which is the horizontal rule. So if you want to see these again, 500 likes on the video. I'll come back. I'll do some more Minesweeper variants. Part 2 of the 14 Minesweeper variants 2 game. Brilliant game. Check this out. Link in the description. Amazing little puzzle logic game. Worth every second that you can throw into this. So show it some love. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.